I want to show you today how to search for library resources. We're going to do something very basic here today, and then we'll get to a more complete discussion of how to find sources once we're back together. So I'm at the ETBU homepage. We're going to search library. I believe there's a link to library also in your Canvas on the homepage. But we're going to start here, go here to Jarrett Library. If you'll notice over here on the far left, there is this link here called Find Sources. I'm scrolling just a little bit. Find Sources. And this is some options to begin your searching. So here, the second one from the right, there are databases A to Z. Now, this is just a list of all of the databases. There are tons of databases in the library. Some of them are general and some of them are discipline specific. So if like you're doing a paper in religion, you can find databases that just have resources related to religion or kinesiology or history or English, whatever. So that may be useful to you when you get into your major. To the left of that, the online catalog, that is the library catalog. We call it Tiger Cat. It's a library catalog of books. And then Tiger Prowl is a database of electronic resources, journal articles, magazine articles, news, that sort of thing. So we're going to go here to Tiger Prowl. And you'll notice here there are different boxes. And there is this "and" right here. So this is where we're going to start searching. So if you'll just follow along, and you can pause the video, go practice, go try it yourself with your own topic, your issue proposal topic, which will be a research paper topic. So let's start here and use the example that we talked about in class on Monday. So let's say we enter leash laws. You'll notice I put it in quotation marks because I don't want it to look for the word leash and the word laws. I want it to look for the phrase leash laws. Okay? So I could search, I could go over here to search, but I'm going to do an "and." I'm going to try to make it more specific. So after leash laws, I may include dog bite. I could search just leash laws and see what comes up, but for our purposes, I'm going to show you the "and" here. We do not want to use whole phrases in this. So I would not want to enter, "What are the leash laws in Dallas, Texas?" I would enter in one field, leash laws in quotation marks, and in the other, Dallas. But in Google, you can put a whole question. That doesn't work in the library databases. They are not Google. So we're going to do a search now. And see what comes up. Okay, so if you look here, I've got a bunch of sources. I'm going to go over here to the left where it says limit to right here, and I am going to limit it to full text. That means that I am only going to get resources that I can access from my computer. Okay? So you'll notice I'm seeing here some articles, and I can read through the titles. This one might be useful, and right down here below it, it says PDF full text. So if I click on that, I'm going to open it in a new window. There's the article opening up, okay? So I could read this whole article right here on the through the library database. So up here, I can download it, I can print it. But if I want to get back to it, I either need to download it or come over here. Lost my mouse. There it is. To this permalink. There's this little chain here. If I were to copy and paste the URL up here in the URL bar, that's just a temporary URL. That's not going to get me back to this article tomorrow. So I would need to click on this permalink, and it creates a link where I can access this. So you may want to create a Word document or a Google Docs document where you are putting the links to the articles that you want. The other option is to download them. We'll look at some more options later when we are talking in more detail about this, like saving it into a folder. You can create a folder where you put these, but you actually have to create it with a unique username and password in order to do that. And then once you've done that, you would come over here to the folder with the plus in it, and you would add it to your folder. But you have to create an account. This is a separate system than the ETBU system. So you have to create an account with EBSCO or whatever the database provider is. Okay, so hopefully that is making sense to you. You'll notice right here, this tells you what kind of source it is. Is it an academic journal? All of these are academic journals. And you access them down here where it says PDF full text, or sometimes it will say HTML full text. This one is news. So a news journal, a news article might be a good place to find an example. But news articles alone are not going to be enough for you. Okay, so maybe I found some sources I want to read on dog bites. I probably am going to want to avoid articles from India or Chile, which has come up in some of the practice searches that I've done, because that's not really relevant. So let's say I enter fines, leash laws, and fines. And it brings up a lot of news here, which may not be exactly what I need, maybe a little bit of that, but that may not be the best sources. So what I can do is come over here to the left again. Here are these limiters. I can limit by date. And so maybe I've read some news. I don't want just news articles. I want some academic journals. And it says there are 72 journal articles, because that's going to give me a lot better information. So I could just limit it just to journal articles, and then scroll through and read the title, and decide if I want to open it. Okay? So this is what we're working on today. I want you to do this. I want you to find some articles today and find a way to save them so that you can get back to them. Not just the first 3 or 4 articles that come up in your search. If you look at this, a lot of these articles are not going to be good for me. This one about Chile, I don't need articles about Chile, so I wouldn't want to identify that as a useful article. So you need to find articles that you think will be useful. You may want to click on them and read a little bit and see whether it looks like it's going to be useful. You're going to find a lot of stuff that is not. That's a part of the aimless wandering part of doing research. That's okay. That's how we find what we need, is we also find what we don't need. If you don't have luck, maybe you're too specific, so you want to take out your limiter. Take out your and just see leash laws. You can try that. This is just trial and error. And then you may try a different thing. Safety. Let's say I try leash laws and safety. As we wait on it. And then once that comes up, I will again want to limit it to full text over here on the side. Okay, it stayed limited. And scroll through and see what I've got. A lot of these are news, so I may want to come over and limit it to academic journals to find some useful articles. Okay, just news sites, news articles alone is not going to provide you with all of the information that you need. So you will need to search for maybe ebooks, maybe academic, peer-reviewed. It's over here on the left side. Academic journals, and try to find some articles. Okay, that is the plan. I want you to spend class time today searching your topic, not leash laws. Don't do my topic. Your topic, and some of your little arguments. Okay, so here's another thing I might try. I might try stray dogs. That's completely different from, but if I need to consider the dangers of dogs running loose, I might do stray dogs and safety. Okay, so that's where I'm thinking about the parts. What I'm not searching for, remember my claim from yesterday was, or from Monday, was a policy claim. Marshals should enforce leash laws against owners who let their dogs run loose. I'm not searching for that. I'm searching for the little components that I identified Monday. So if one of those needs to be that dogs loose are dangerous, I might try stray dogs and safety and find some sources that talk about the risk posed by dogs running loose. Okay? And then that could help me make the argument that we need to avoid loose dogs in the city because it creates danger. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to you. This is where we want to start, not on Google. This is where we want to start using the library databases. This is going to provide us with sources that we know are credible. Okay, sources that have been vetted, peer-reviewed, and we know are not coming from just somebody who bought a domain and threw up a website, and that may or may not be accurate. It's really difficult to know. So this limits us, and your academic research in college needs to use these kinds of sources rather than just web pages. Okay, so no web pages today. Okay, that's it.